In this video, I'm going to share with you 3 questions to be a more impactful leader this year. My name is Dave McKeown, and these are my findings from the outfield. Hey everybody, Dave McKeown from Outfield Leadership here, and a very happy new year to you. I know it's a little cliche, but I actually love the new year. For me, it's less about listing out countless resolutions that will undoubtedly fall by the wayside by the end of January, and it's more about reflecting on who I am, where I'm going, and what's important to me. And to that end, I want to share with you 3 questions that will help you become a more intentional leader this year. The first question is, what are you leaving behind? As humans, we have a tendency to collect things over time. We pick up artifacts along our journey, from physical items to relationships, habits, behaviors, mindsets, talents, skills, successes, and failures, and then we stuff all of that into a museum that we like to call our identity. And every item that we collect along our path can help or hinder us as we embody who it is that we want to be. Every now and then, however, our exhibit becomes a little too full, a little too cluttered, and we find that we're weighed down by the enormity of it all. Even those seemingly helpful items can begin to become detrimental. If you were to take a look around, you might find that there's a relationship that no longer serves you well, or a mindset that used to be helpful maybe has become a little too restrictive for you. You might even begin to find some physical objects that no longer bring you joy. And so at this time of year, it's a great opportunity to take stock of everything that's in your museum of life and then to recurate it. So ask yourself, what are you leaving behind in the old year that no longer serves you well? Now, it's important to know that it's okay to let go of these things. It doesn't discount the role that that particular item or relationship played in your life, and it doesn't mean that they won't come back around again. But for now, thank that person or that behavior or that mindset or whatever it is that you're letting go of for their service, and then say goodbye. The second question is, what levers have the biggest impact? We spend so much of our time on work that doesn't really matter. The simple act of getting clear on the levers that you have that make the most impact, and then spending as much time as you can focusing your efforts in those areas, will increase your results way faster than you can imagine. So take a couple of minutes to think through your average day. Maybe even pull out a piece of paper and split it in half. On one side, jot down all of the work that you do that makes a difference or has a real impact on your overarching goals. And on the other side, jot down those activities and tasks that you do that you feel don't really move the needle. Then think about a percentage for how much time you spend on both sides on an average day. How does that split feel to you? For most people, there's a sense that they could be doing more of the work in column A and a little less of the work from column B. And if that's you, just commit to taking one action a day that will allow you to shift the balance a little for yourself this year. You may not be able to shift all of your attention to the meaningful work, but if you can be intentional about spending a little more of your time there, you'll likely have a greater impact this year. And the third question is, what will you open yourself up to? If the first question was all about letting go of things, and the second question was about focusing on those areas you can have most impact on, the third is about bringing new ideas and perspectives into your world. If all we do is purge and then focus, we run the risk of getting stuck in a rut, which leads us to taking the easiest options. It squashes out creativity and innovation, and it ultimately minimizes the impact that you can have. Placing yourself in a position to try new things, learn new things, and sometimes even adopt new ways of being will keep you evolving as a leader and as a person. It can be as simple as adopting a new approach with your team, maybe strengthening a leadership skill you know isn't as strong as it should be. It could be reading or learning from outside of your usual spheres of interest, or simply just trying a new hobby or activity. Picking one or two new areas at a time that forces you into that slightly uncomfortable place of learning will pay dividends in how you lead. And hey, if it doesn't work out or you have no more use for it come the end of the year, you can always choose to leave it behind. So there you have it, 3 questions that will help you be a more intentional leader this year and have more impact. I hope that was helpful, valuable, and useful for you, and I'll see you next time.